Thank you, thank you. You guys can hold your applause now. So, my family's from East Boston, and all we eat is pasta. That's it. Chicken ziti broccoli alfredo. So today, we're going to eat some chicken penne pasta, and I'm going to teach you how to make it. Alright, so now we're going to put some water into the pan. You want a medium-sized, tall pan. You don't want a skillet, because then the pasta won't cook. So, let's do this. Take the cover off before we put the water in. I put in more water, because it just takes a little bit less time. And I fill it up about halfway. Alright, now we're going to put it on the stove to boil. You put the lid on, and it takes less time to do the boiling. Some people put in salt, but that just equals higher sodium in people, and that's obviously not very good. So now, you put it on medium-high heat. So since I'm a multitasker, I'm not going to sit here and watch this water boil. We're going to go get the chicken, we're going to cut it up and get everything ready before we throw the pasta in. So, this here is organic chicken. It's healthier for you because the chickens were never fed any kind of antibiotic, so you're not getting pumped full of those. So next time you get sick, you'll actually get better. Chickens were fed an all vegetable diet, so they weren't eating their friends from next door. And there's no growth hormones or stimulants fed to the chickens. So now we're going to cut this chicken up into little bite-sized cubes. Be good for the pasta. Alright, I just got a few little pieces left here. So let me just cut this up. Alright, slice it down the middle. Careful not to cut myself. Nobody likes blood in their food. Alright, we are all done cutting up the chicken. Alright, so now we're going to take all this chicken and we're going to throw it in this bowl right here. Excuse me while I just wipe off my hands real quick. Alright, so we're going to check the water. The water is boiling. For this dish, you're going to use 13 ounces pasta, or 1 box. If you have more people over, you can obviously use more. I will be using whole wheat pasta. There are nutrients added, whereas white pasta, there's nothing added, there's no nutritional value. It's all just carbs. So this is obviously much better for you. I'm going to pour it in the water for it to cook. Alright, we're going to put our cover back on, let this cook. Then we're going to take some olive oil, put on a light coating so that the chicken doesn't stick. You want to make sure you get the olive oil on the entire skillet. So for every 5 pieces of chicken, you're going to do about half a tablespoon of salt, half a tablespoon of pepper, and it's going to season the chicken so it tastes good. Alright, so here comes the salt. Here comes the pepper. Alright, now I'm going to mix this around in the chicken. Alright, so this is what it should look like when it's done. Evenly coated, ready to go. Alright, so we're going to throw the chicken in the skillet. Got to make sure it's evenly distributed throughout the pan so that everything gets cooked just right. Alright, so we got some sun-dried tomatoes. You can get them pre-packaged, which is pretty good because all you got to do is cut them up. You don't got to let them dry out in the sun in your backyard. We're going to add these because they'll add some texture and some color to your dish. And they just taste really good anyways. Alright, so now we're going to finally chop these sun-dried tomatoes. Just get them all in a pile and start chopping. So I'm just going to wipe my hands off again. Now we're going to put our sun-dried tomatoes into the pesto. Pesto is made out of Parmesan cheese, pine nuts, and basil, and is olive oil based. So this is our pesto. We're using a 6-ounce container. I'm going to add the tomatoes right in. And now we're going to stir it all up. Alrighty, there you go. so pasta should be done. We're just going to let it check it. Nice and soft, not that al dente kind of stuff. Now we're going to strain our pasta. Alright, so now you're going to take your pasta, add it to a medium-sized bowl so that everything's in the same place. Alright, so first you want to add your chicken. There we go. Now we're going to fold over our pasta so that the chicken's throughout the whole thing. Alright, so now we're going to add in our pesto. I'm going to scoop all that in there. And what you want to do once you get it all in is evenly distribute it so that the taste is everywhere. Nobody gets more, nobody gets less. Alright, so now we got a delicious, nutritious meal that your family will love. My mother would be proud. Now get out of here, I gotta eat.